Hello everyone, and welcome to our Horizon Zero Dawn Let's Play. Today we embark upon our adventure with Deadliest Game.
The only justice Derval deserves is at the tip of a spear.
This is a good day.
What's Redmaw?
Few have seen it. A thunderjaw marked by years of battle. Some say it still bears the marks of over a dozen hunters on its flank. How many it has trampled along the way, we may never know. When members go hunting and never return, we often blame Redmaw. But to me, it's more than legend. It's the only machine that will unseat Assis. My sponsor nearly had it, but he didn't make it.
I'm sorry.
Tarkus sponsored me out of loyalty to my family. He was my last link to them, besides the lodge itself. I have to unseat Assis.
I know why I hate Assis. Why do you?
My family has always boasted members in the lodge. My father and brother were both hawks. Assis let their sacrifice be forgotten.
What sacrifice?
They died in a massacre. They should be honored as hawks. Instead, Assis will not let anyone mention it.
How did your family come to be members of the lodge?
Karja noble houses have sent sons to the lodge for generations. Because they needed another place to lord over the commoners. I want to change that. The idea that someone is worthy or not by virtue of birth alone. Everyone thinks they have me pegged as soon as they hear Talana Khan Padish. I hate that.
I understand. My whole life I lived as an outcast from the Nora. They would have been the first to say I wasn't one of them. Yet as soon as I leave the sacred lands, everyone calls me Aloy of the Nora. It should be Aloy despite the Nora.
I didn't know. I'll remember that.
What happened in the massacre?
King Jiran's paranoia knew no bounds. He sent thousands of innocents to die in the Sun Ring. When the Hawks of the Lodge called for him to stop the slaughter, he threw them in the ring too. Yet when the machines attacked the condemned, more Hawks leapt into the ring to defend them. And my father and brother were among them.
I'm so sorry. What happened to the men in the Sun Ring?
They died fighting. If you wish to hear the story, Legan can tell it better. He saw it with his own eyes. I did not. The morning of the massacre, my father told me to meet him outside the city. He told me they were planning an escape. I waited for hours until a message came from my father. I had to leave the city. So I fled when I should have fought by his side.
He didn't want you to die with them.
Nor would he want their names forgotten. Especially by the man who benefited most from their deaths, Assis. Now that you're a thrush, you should improve your reputation. Why don't you hunt down a thunderjaw and a stormbird?
You want me to go trophy hunting?
You're not just any thrush. You're mine. And you better make me look good.
But what about Redmaw?
I will find him. And when I do, I expect you to be there.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we actually need to look for one of the Thunderjaws. Obviously, there's something kind of going on over here. There's a lot of commotion going on. Now, as of the moment, it does look like he is very preoccupied. We do have some allies that are attempting to try to help us, but it's yet to be seen if they're really going to be of much use yet. They could actually end up kind of being more of a detriment than more of a help. But let's see if we can't get some of these weak points taken care of, though. Obviously, that was a very bad time for that to kind of leave that animation, but it looks like we're going to start doing a little bit of work here. Really trying to line up a shot there, but I think we're actually going to switch over to some more efficient arrows, because unfortunately, these are just really not doing it. Now, as of the moment, we're doing okay. As you guys can see, it looks like we are kind of lining up some good shots ultimately, doing a little bit of extra damage there, but obviously in the meantime, we do need to kind of continue to use the environment to our benefit. Now, it looks like there may be kind of a turret on top. Obviously, if we can take that out of commission, I think that'll be incredibly useful. We do continue to have several little areas. Now, obviously, as he's continuing to move around, it really does create some problems for us, considering that it does make our job a teeny bit more difficult. Now, I'm going to try to line up this other shot here. In the meantime, still doing a little damage.
For the Sundom, for Meridian. By the sun, victory is ours.
Alrighty, with one of the creatures taken out, it looks like we do have a Stormbird that we actually need to take care of. As you guys can see, very high up in the sky. In the past, we did find that the fire arrows were incredibly beneficial, but let's see if that will actually work out pretty well for us this time around. Now, we are getting a little bit of extra damage there. Ooh, let's get away from this guy, though. He is very right in my face. Now, as of the moment, we have grounded the creature. Now, of course, we're going to continue to try to light him up here. Obviously, still getting a little bit of that damage effect, which is fantastic. Now, unfortunately, we're about to have some electricity coming my way. Now, of course, we are in the water. Not a particularly great spot to be, but it did actually work out okay for us, I think.
Where's Talana? Maybe upstairs.
Go home and sleep.
No Assis either. Maybe Lygan knows where they are.
You have trophies? I can hang on to them until the Sunhawk returns.
Where are Assis and Talana?
Assis received word about Red Maw and rushed out. Talana found out a short time later and had to follow.
They both went alone?
Assis left without his thrush. Talana did as well. Though I saw some outlanders follow after her.
I wouldn't put it past Assis to try something underhanded to get the kill. Where have they gone? I have to help if I can.
You might be right. They've gone southeast, headed for the spear shafts. You'd better hurry.